Hello everyone, today we continue learning Python and today I will show you how to use else, but not in if clauses. So let's start. First of all, what is else and how we use it in if? So everybody knows that. So for example, A equals 10, then B equals 20. If A is less than B, so then print, I don't know, less, for example. Else print bigger. That's it. So if that expression gives true, then we use that. So we use just if. But if that expression gives false, then we use else. Everybody knows that if you are familiar with Python, but I want to show you how to use else, not in if clauses. That's it. So for example, we have for loop. So for I in range 10, print hello. That's it. Print hello, let's run it. As you can see, we have hello 10 times. Everybody knows that, but what if I'll use else in for loop? Yes, we can do it in Python. And why do we need it? So imagine that you have break in your for loop. If you don't know what is break, break, it's a keyword that stops your loop. So it stops it like immediately. If I run print hello, for example, so print hello, then I run. As you can see, we have only one hello, because after hello we have break, and break stops our for loop. That's it. Okay, if I less than 5, then break. Okay, that's it. Else, let's print hello. Okay, so as you can see, we have or let's make it bigger than 5. So if I am bigger than 5, then break. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is bigger than 5, and we break, so we stop our loop. That's it. And we use else in for loops. If you want to check that loop had no break statement, that our loop is not broke, that our loop finished correctly. Don't get me wrong here, break finishes the loop correctly, but else checks if you have not experienced any break statements. That's it. Okay, let's print else, and let's print no breaks. Now I have break statement, and if I run my code, as you can see, we have only hello right here. But what will happen if I remove that statement? So I'll copy it and I'll remove. As you can see, now we have no breaks at all in our loop, and our loop finishes correctly. So again, don't get me wrong, correctly without breaks, without break statement. That's it. Okay, and as you can see, we have hello, 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 and then we have no breaks. But if I'll pass break here, as you can see, else is not working. So else in loops is used when you have break statement and you need to check if your break was called. That's it. We can use it in while loop too, so while I less than. So let's make while true, and I'll make I as 0, and I'll make I plus equals 1. That's it. Now let's run it again, and as you can see, we have only hello. But what will happen if I'll make not break, but I less than 5, for example. So now we have no breaks, and if I run it again, as you can see, no breaks. So else statement works when you experience no break statements in your loop. And that's it. Now let's divide by 0. So 1 divided by 0, that's it. That will give us an error, because math, that's how it works, except 0 division error. And let's print, or let's just print exception, and 0 division error as exception. So if you know about try accepts exceptions, not errors but exceptions. And as you can see, accepts 0 division error as exception. So we make a new object and we print it, and it will print something like division by 0, error, and so on. But we will not stop our program. If I will just run 1 divided by 0, as you can see, 0 division error, and our program is stopped. But if I use try, as you can see, division by 0, but we can work with our program after that line. Okay. And in try statements, I can also use else. But what it does right here, else checks if you have no experienced any exceptions. So if no exceptions were thrown, let's print no exceptions. I will print, okay, let's print no exceptions. And now we divide by 0. Okay, let's run. As you can see, division by 0. But what will happen if I divide 1 by 1? Let's run. As you can see, no exceptions. So if in your try clause you have an exception, so raise exception, for example, raise error, or E of error, end of file error. If you have end of file error or any error actually, okay, let's just call it exception. So base exception. If you have base exception, else will not be called. So else is called when you have no exceptions in your try clause. That's it. Except is called when you have this exception, and you can work with them. And in try we have also finally. So finally works when you have exceptions, when you don't have exceptions. Finally works all the time, like that. So print finally. That's it. If I have exceptions, or raise exception right here, as you can see, exception and finally. If I have just simple 1 divided by 1, that will not give us an exception. As you can see, we have no exceptions because else is called, and then we have finally because finally is called. So again, try checks for errors, except works with errors that were raised, else is called when we have no errors at all, and finally is just finally. Finally is called when finally is called all the time. That's it. There are lots of more methods how to use else in Python, but another method I want to show you is okay, actually I forgot the official name of that construction, but it's called like, okay, let's call it short if. That's it. So imagine that we have a which is 10. If a equals 10, then result equals a is 10. Else result is a is not 10. That's it. So if I have something which is true, so for in our case it's a equals 10, then we have result as a is 10. Else we have result a is not 10. That's it. We can print result. Let's run it. And as you can see, a is 10 because right here a is 10. But if a will be 11, as you can see, a is not 10. That's how it works. But for real, look at that. 4 lines for one simple variable. That's a little bit messy. And because of that, in Python we have short ifs. Again, it's not the official name, but I forgot how it sounds. What we can do is result equals a is 10. If a is 10, else result a is not 10. That's it. So as you can see, we have one line right here instead of these 4 lines. So how it works? A is 10, result will be a is 10 string if that is true. Actually, that's it. Else result will be that. So what we can do is check it with if true, and let's print the result. So as you can see, if true, then we have a is 10. If false, then we have a is not 10. So I think you understand that because if you know about Python if clauses. So this is called short if, and I will call it short if. Okay, a is 10 if that is true. Else a is not 10, and actually you can provide any result. So for example, 10.2, a is 10, or let's provide true right here, and it will give you the same result. So you can provide any variable right here, but you cannot provide clauses, right? You can provide actually print, so print hello, else print goodbye. But it's not recommended because you should return something if you use it as a result, because as you can see, result is none. So we just print hello and result is none. You can provide anything in it, and this is short if. That's how it works. So today I showed you 3 or 4 methods how to use else in Python without if clauses. I think you like that video, and if you like it, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you want me to make a video on specific topic, you can just leave a comment and I'll read it and I'll make a video. But for now, that's all I have. So good luck.